The mind is not a physical object you can touch or see, but it plays a huge role in everything we think, feel, and do. It is like an invisible energy that constantly moves, reacts, and creates thoughts. The mind is a storehouse of memories, knowledge, experiences, beliefs, and patterns. It collects information from childhood, from society, religion, culture, and family, and then uses that information to function in daily life. But most people never stop to ask, what is the mind? Or, how does it work? They live with it every day, but never truly understand it. The mind is like a machine that is always active, always talking, always comparing, judging, thinking, and reacting. It never takes rest. Even when the body is still, the mind keeps running. This non-stop movement creates confusion, anxiety, and conflict. The mind works through thought. Every moment, a thought arises from memory or imagination. Some thoughts are about the past and some are about the future. It rarely stays in the present. The present moment is silent and still, but the mind is restless. It either regrets what happened or worries about what might happen. That's how the mind escapes the now. It is never satisfied. It always wants more. More pleasure, more security, more control, more recognition. But this wanting never ends. It only leads to suffering. The mind also creates an image of who we are. This image is based on past experiences. I am successful, I am a failure, I am intelligent, I am weak, and so on. These labels become our identity, and we carry them everywhere. But are we really those images? Or is the mind just projecting them? The mind divides. It creates separation between him and you, right and wrong, good and bad. This division is not real, but it feels real because the mind believes it. It lives in comparison, always trying to become something better, something different. It cannot accept what is. Instead, it wants what should be. This creates conflict between reality and imagination. For example, if you are feeling sad, the mind says, I should not feel sad. I should be happy. This should creates resistance, and resistance brings more suffering. The mind wants to control everything, emotions, people, situations, but life cannot be controlled. So the mind becomes frustrated, and from that frustration comes anger, fear, jealousy, and stress. The mind also works through desire. Desire is the root of many thoughts. We desire success, money, love, attention, power, pleasure, and each desire gives rise to more thinking. The more we think, the more we lose contact with the present. We are either dreaming about future achievements or remembering past joys or pains. In this way, the mind creates a false world, a world made of thoughts. But thoughts are not reality. They are symbols, not the thing itself. Thinking about a tree is not the same as seeing a tree. Thinking about love is not the same as being in love. The mind mistakes thought for truth. And this is the beginning of illusion. The mind is afraid of the unknown, so it clings to what is known, beliefs, traditions, past experiences. It wants certainty, and so it creates systems, religions, ideologies, and fixed views. But these only create more separation and confusion. We are taught to trust the mind, but we rarely question its functioning. When we begin to observe the mind, we notice that it repeats itself. The same thoughts, same worries, same judgments keep coming back. This repetition creates habit, and habits become personality. The mind is a bundle of patterns. When someone insults us, we react with anger. That reaction is not new. It is a conditioned response. It happens automatically because the mind has been programmed that way. We are like machines, reacting according to past conditioning. There is very little freshness or freedom in our responses. True freedom comes when we begin to see how the mind operates, not to judge it, not to fight it, but just to watch it quietly. In that observation, something shifts. When we see the mind clearly, we are no longer trapped by it. The mind wants to analyze, label, and explain everything. It fears silence Because silence is the death of thought, and thought does not want to die. But silence is not emptiness, it is awareness. In silence, we begin to see the gaps between thoughts. Those gaps are where clarity, peace, and understanding arise. The mind cannot bring peace, only silence can. Most people try to fix the mind with more thinking. They try to replace negative thoughts with positive ones. But this is still the same movement of thought. Real change does not come by replacing one thought with another. It comes when we see the whole structure of thought and go beyond it. The mind is a useful tool. It helps in daily tasks, learning, solving problems, planning. But it is not the master. When the mind becomes the master, life becomes chaotic. The key is to use the mind when needed and put it aside when not needed. But for that, we must first understand it. We must sit silently and watch the flow of thoughts without controlling or judging. Just watching, like watching clouds pass in the sky. Some thoughts are beautiful, some are ugly. Some are useful, some are useless. But we don't choose, we just observe. In that observation, we begin to understand the nature of mind. And with that understanding comes freedom. The mind always wants to escape discomfort. It avoids pain and chases pleasure. But life includes both. When we accept pain without resistance and pleasure without clinging, we move beyond the duality. The mind cannot do this on its own. It needs awareness, the light that sees everything clearly. Without awareness, the mind is like a blind man running in a dark room. With awareness, we begin to slow down. We begin to listen, to feel, to understand. We stop living mechanically and start living consciously. The mind is not our enemy. It becomes a problem only when it dominates every aspect of life. When awareness is present, the mind becomes quiet and cooperative. But when awareness is absent, the mind becomes loud and destructive. This is why observing the mind is the beginning of intelligence, not the intelligence of books, degrees, or clever arguments, but a deep, silent intelligence that understands life without effort. This intelligence is not separate from you. It is your true nature. But the noise of the mind hides it. To discover it, we must go beyond the noise. We must observe without interfering. Thoughts come and go, but the awareness that watches them is always there. That awareness is not a thought. It is pure seeing, like a mirror that reflects everything, but remains untouched. The mind cannot understand awareness, because awareness is beyond thought. When we observe the mind without getting caught in it, we realize that we are not the mind. We are the watcher. The mind is like a river, constantly flowing. But we are not the river. We are the silent presence watching the river. This realization brings deep peace. It ends the struggle. The mind is full of questions, but awareness has no questions. It only sees. Seeing is enough. When we see a problem clearly, the solution often appears naturally. But the mind wants to fix everything quickly. It rushes, it forces, it controls. Awareness is patient. It waits, it listens, it allows. The mind lives in time, past and future. Awareness lives in the now. When we are present, the mind loses its grip. It becomes still, like a lake without ripples. In that stillness, truth is revealed. Not a truth written in books, but a truth felt directly, simple, silent, complete. To understand the mind, we don't need theories or beliefs. We need to look. Just look. Without the past, without expectation. Like a child seeing the world for the first time. The mind is clever, but awareness is wise. Cleverness divides, argues, competes. Wisdom unites, understands, heals. The more we observe the mind, the less power it has over us. Slowly, we stop reacting and start responding. We stop judging and start understanding. We stop becoming and start being. The mind wants to become something, successful, spiritual, enlightened. But being needs nothing. It is already whole. To be is enough. The mind cannot understand this, but awareness can. When we live with awareness, we use the mind as a tool, not as a master. And that is real freedom. A free mind is not one filled with knowledge, but one that is quiet, open, and clear. In that clarity, life becomes simple. We don't need to chase happiness because peace is already within us. We don't need to become someone because we already are. The journey is not about improving the mind, but going beyond it, seeing its game, its tricks, its patterns, and being free from them. The mind is useful, but you are more than the mind. You are the silence behind it, the space in which all thoughts rise and fall.